Hello, today I'm going to make Easter crafts, and one of them is going to be this lovely, sort of like a stained glass effect Easter egg. So we need to make a shape of an Easter egg on here. So we could just draw around the one we have, or if you haven't, just sketch round one. So you'll need a pencil and a good pair of scissors for this. I'll put what you will need for the supplies that you'll need for this craft in the description. I've got quite thick cardboard. It was, I think, a letterbox box. You can do it thinner if you like, or you could use black paper. So I'm just going to cut round it. You can always neaten it up a bit more once you cut it out, so I'm just going to veer off there because it always seems to be a bit easier to handle. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, because you can cover the cardboard afterwards anyway. Do you see? I mean, on this one I haven't covered it, but you can do if you want. You can stick some glitter on it, or wrap ribbon around it, paint it, you know, you could do anything that you wish. Move those bits out of the way. So you'll need some ribbon to hang it up with as well, and some sticky tape. So now, this needs a bit of trimming up with it. What we want to do now is, so we need to make a frame like this one. So don't do it too thin, otherwise you're going to end up with a floppy, it's not going to be as sturdy, you know. So about 1/2 inch or something like that. I'm just going to sort of follow the line we already have for the outline of the egg. Of course, this is a great one to do for children's Easter crafting groups and sessions and things like that at home. So now what I'm going to do, take my sharp scissors, and I'm going to start at the top. What I'm going to do is sort of press down with them open, so obviously grown up supervision here and help. I'm just going to snip. Do you see what I've done there? So then you can obviously get your scissors in. And this will be a bit rougher than you think as well, but say you can always neaten it up afterwards. So I'll cut round this, and you can always use a craft knife if you find that easier as well. So there's different solutions depending on how you feel you want to cut it out. There you go. So it is a bit rough now, so I can always neaten that up a bit more at another angle, so take it from the inside and go around. So it doesn't have to be perfectly neat. Just so you can always cover it up with other things. And this, then, the egg that you've got left over, you can neaten that up and then use that for another Easter craft. That's what I've got. I've made these other ones, different sizes, that I'm going to do. And obviously I've shown you how to do it from scratch. And these negatives came from all those. So what I'm going to do is do a different craft with those. Not 100% sure which one yet, so watch this space. So this one, so I've just cut out, I can really neaten that up, get rid of that funny bit at the top. Don't want that, do we? Because it's got a great big hole in it. There, another egg. See? So I've got to put that in my other. Never waste anything. You don't need to. Just little bits like that, obviously you can throw away and recycle. So now, move those scissors out of the way. You see what you've got? You've got like a picture frame, really, haven't you? Yeah? So now what you want to do is take your sellotape and take a bit off it. You want to start taping across the top here, like that. You see? And then you want to do a bit longer, and you want to overlap these, slightly, says me, like that. Do a longer one, overlap them so there's no gaps. You see? And you can always tape the tape round, so you can chop it off at the end, or you can fold it round the frame. And if it sticks to the table, yeah, make sure when you do this, because this is the sticky side underneath, when you do this, you're working on a table that you can just rip it off okay, and it's not going to damage the surface. So just sticky tape. I mean, some people use that contact sheet or sticky back plastic. As long as it's sticky on one side and it's clear, you can use any of those. See what I'm doing there? So I'm nearly finished. So it's quite a nice little craft to do, as long as you got the frame cut out or safely with your children with the scissors or knife. The rest is pretty child's play, shall we say. And that's my last piece. Fold that round is probably the best thing to do. And actually I've still got a bit, it's not in the frame, but it's part of the frame. So I'm actually just going to tape that bit anyway, because then it gives a better finish. And if you did want to stick anything else to it or paint, you could put the glue on or the paint over that surface, and it's not got two different surfaces. So I'm just going to do that at this top end as well. Just put a bit on. Just fold it round like so. There you go. So that's the front, so it's all smooth and not sticky. But on the other side, very sticky. So this is where we push the tape aside and we get our tissue paper bits. This is where it gets even more creative. So I'm going to stick some of these on, edge to edge. So press it down. If we could sort of just tuck those edges underneath like that. There you go. I always try to not get two colours next to each other. See if you can. Did I do it on this one? I don't think I did. So try and get a bit more. I mean, you can just do it all in one colour if you wish. Doesn't really matter. And you can choose as many colours as you like. I like to mix it up. Also, this is sticky, so yeah, you might stick yourself to the tape. Got blue there. Another blue. So I'm trying to get it in the edges. So just tuck it under so it's just a bit neater. What colour shot? Oh, we haven't had a lilac yet, have we? Lilac. Maybe another green over here. Do you see how it's forming now? And it doesn't matter if these bits are a bit flippy floppy, because this is the back of it, so it doesn't matter, you see. But it still looks neat enough anyway, I think. Yellow. We've had another yellow for a while, haven't we? And these are just bits of tissue paper, obviously I've chopped up in all different shapes and sizes. I mean, you can start working around the outside and work your way in if you wish. Whatever floats your boat, really. You take the lead on this and let your children take the lead as well, exactly where they want to put it. Put any bit of paper. It's their creative project, really. Well, I nearly put a lilac next to that lilac, look. Ooh. It wouldn't have mattered, really. It's just me and my OCD, I think. I mean, this craft doesn't take that long to do, really, to be fair. But it's quite a fun one. So just tuck it under. What other? Another yellow, maybe? Just remember to keep sticking it down on there. Oh, another red one. We've had a red one for a while, have we? There's a red one right there. Light blue one. We've had a light blue one for a while either, have we? That's it. And just try and make sure there's no gaps or little holes, so you're overlapping them just enough. Colour shall we have? Ooh, let's have another red one. Just there. Yeah. So it's a bit like a patchwork, isn't it? If you ever do patchwork or see a field out in the summer sun, the patchwork sun. Or you might have a patchwork blanket or quilt at home that you've made. So I've got a little gap there, you see, so I'm going to need to put a little bit of something there. What colour should we have? Should we have green? Now you see, because that's such a tiny hole, I don't know if that's going to stick very long, very well. So that's my mistake, something to learn from. If you just go like that with your nail though, or your knuckle, it should stick there. Right, what other colour shall we do? Nice pink one. Make sure, oh look, another little hole. Turning myself off now. You know, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it lie. It's okay. I'm gonna let it go. You know, crafts shouldn't be stressy, should they? Another bit of green one around here, I think. I'm doing lots of Easter craft videos, so look out for my other ones I'm putting out there. Right, another red one. I think I can seem to missing all the red ones somehow. Maybe another bit of red down here. What colour should we put there, do you think? Do you think green, yellow, purple, green? Should we do green? I'm going to need a bigger bit of green. Oh, that one's a nice one, nice triangle green one. Oh, that covers that just nicely. There we go. Look, then just put your hand on it. Just make sure it's all stuck down nicely. Press it down. So that's the back there. So then you turn it over. Look. And you can say you can always trim these bits off at the edge if you want to, which I might do, actually just neaten it up a bit. You can always decorate your border if you wish to. I'm not bothered. I quite like the brown of the cardboard personally, but you can always paint it or put glitter on it or glitter glue or something like that. Sequins, feathers, might be a good one because it is Easter after all, isn't it? And then once you've trimmed it all around the edge, you want to attach your ribbon. So turn it over again, and I'm going to have quite a long bit of ribbon. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach it there so it's not on the tissue bit. So I'm just going to get a bit of tape, just put it lengthways down there, and I'm going to do the same on this side. So what you could do is just sort of cross it over if you wish as well, just to make sure it's nice and sort of even. Lay it down flat, as flat as you can. That's it. And so you can always bend those bits of tape over or trim them off. See what they look like on the other side now. Just press that down a bit with thumbs or fingers, and then flip it back over. Look at that, beautiful. And you can hang that up in your window from your, well, if you've got one of those sticky things on your window, or your window handle that you open. There you go, voila. Enjoy, thank you.